everybody, and welcome to Feel Better Eating. This is a whole food plant-based experience that has the intention of educating you about the health benefits of eating plant-based meals, sharing new recipes for you to try, inspiring you to try new foods, and Catherine, the third and most important aspect of this show is...
have fun in the kitchen.
Have fun in the kitchen. Cool. Well, today we have a certified banger. We're going to be putting a spin on a pretty relevant vegetable at this time of year and showing you how it can be tasty, nutritious, healthy, easy. We like that on this show, so we're excited. Some new faces in the crowd, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Everybody watching, the 304 million people on YouTube tuning in live for this presentation. Appreciate you being here. Catherine, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I am good. Today is the entryway into fall. I feel like all of the recipes now that I'm doing here and at home are going to resonate with this time of the season and reflect that. So today's recipe is the beginning of the fall recipes.
Yeah, you're allowed to say fall now because it is officially fall.
Yeah, or autumn as you would say.
Autumn.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think autumn is more beautiful, isn't it? Like
it's English from England.
Like fall is just...
Who made the rules?
Literal.
Fall is literal though. And I find myself saying fall now more because I've converted. But anyway, into this time of the year we're going to be making today, Catherine, what?
Glazed pumpkin cookies.
Woo!
So I've scoured the internet, top and bottom, for a recipe that reflected the way that we like to cook here on the show, which is mostly from whole food ingredients, with the exception of ground things, but they're natural sources of it.
They're the ground version of whole food.
You're right, exactly. So it's just, I know, but it can be kind of confusing because we're saying it's whole food, but it's like, but it's ground up in a bag, but it's still of the whole food.
Okay.
We're just clarifying.
We got you, we understand.
Okay. All right, so to start this recipe off, just like any sort of baking recipe, you want to start with the dried ingredients. So today is the flour. We're going to be using oat flour.
Mm-hmm. Why are we using oat flour?
Because it's just ground up oats. It's really simple and it has all of the nutrients that oats provides, but through flour form, which is easier to make cookies out of.
And it also means these cookies will be gluten-free, correct?
Yeah, if you get a gluten-free oat, sometimes oats can still have gluten contamination, so you do want to get...
Depending on how intolerant you are, how
are.
sensitive you are, sure. Right, so that's in there. Next up.
Trusty oat flour. You can change it up with any sort of gluten-free flour, but okay. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of baking soda. Got the teaspoon ready for you.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
This is coconut sugar that we're using today. It's a brown sugar. It smells great. Okay, we're going to be using half a cup of that.
Why coconut sugar? Why are we choosing this one?
So we like to sweeten with dates as well, but sometimes a granular sugar like coconut sugar comes really in handy with making cookies because of the way that it interacts. Baking is kind of like a scientific experiment, and when you have certain types of sugars, they just bake different and they're more consistent.
Yeah, and this is just one whole food. It's just coconuts that's being ground up, and it actually warns you on the bag that it may contain traces of coconut.
Oh.
No way.
No way, who would have thought that? Never be too careful, can you?
Okay. So
cinnamon?
So as you know, most pumpkin related desserts have a lot of cinnamon in them. So we're doing cinnamon and then more cinnamon. We're going to do a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Get that in there. Bang.
And then we're also going to be doing 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. And pumpkin spice does have cinnamon in it, but it has other spices in it as well.
Can you read them out?
Your hand's on the back of it, but...
Can't read through it. There you go. Fresh bottle, always a good time though.
So it's got cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, clove, and allspice.
Very nice, smells great.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a lot of
Well, that's good.
strong, yeah, that's not gonna work out.
You're gonna have to get that back off, put it back on.
I always find it funny that,
2 of these?
like, how does anyone make that little container work sometimes? I like the big ones, like that. You just scoop it in and get it out.
Easy. Right, that's in there. Then a little bit of salt, correct?
Yeah, a little bit of salt.
A little bit of salt in there. Oh, another fresh one. Man, it's a day of fresh packages. There's got to be more in there. There we go. Easy. do the same thing, half for one of these, right?
Yes, please.
This is Himalayan pink salt.
So we always use a sea salt or Utah flats
We like that
salt.
one, yeah, red ones, that's good.
Okay, so then
I'm gonna mix that
now
up.
that you have all the dried ingredients, it's good to just mix them up so then when you add the wet, it doesn't get, you don't get too much of anything in one bite. Like I've made cookies before and I don't mix the baking soda and then you get all the baking soda in one bite and you're like, this is the worst thing I've ever made in my life. Why did
Just
I
a
do
little
this?
ball of baked
Yeah.
cinnamon. Cinnamon challenge, right? We're gonna set
No,
this-
baking soda.
No.
A ball
I
of
know,
baking
I know.
soda.
I was-
Oh, you've done the
Cinnamon
cinnamon challenge.
Yeah. We're not doing that today unless money exchanges hands.
You want to do the cinnamon challenge?
Not a chance.
I'll get Tin over. You introduce the main event.
I wish we could hold up a whole pumpkin right now, but this is just the can of pumpkin that we're using today. And it is organic, thankfully, and there is a beautiful pumpkin on the label, so
Yeah.
we love that. And a BPA-free liner.
Which we love.
That's what we celebrate. So pumpkins are the star of the show. They're the star of fall. I used to be so against it. I'd be like, I refuse to participate in the norms of pumpkin. But then I was like, why fight it? It's just what grows right
Yeah,
now.
but what you mean by the norms is just putting them outside your house and then into the bin, right?
Well, we can talk about that, but just the over elaboration of everything needs to be pumpkin. I used to fight against that for
Did you
some
really?
reason.
Why?
I don't know. I was like, that's just too cliche. You know, like in those young years
Oh,
where you're
true.
just like fighting the mainstream. You don't want to do anything that they do, but oh.
You do too well. It came out a lot thicker.
Right. Okay.
We're just
well,
gonna use the whole thing, right? It's a cup. Yeah, it's right.
Is it a cup?
It's probably
15
a bit,
ounces.
bit more. Yeah, it's
It's
about
about a
right.
cup, 16
It's about
ounces.
right.
Okay.
I got this everywhere. First mistake. First
Alright.
mess. Carry on
You're
about
gonna want a
pumpkins. Tell us about
rubber
them.
spatula. So,
What's
did
what?
anyone grow pumpkins this year, or know someone that did? No. Now that it's the end of the season, I wish I grew pumpkins this
Yeah.
year. We grew butternut squashes, and they turned out beautiful. And they've got a lot of similar health benefits to pumpkin, but we learned about pumpkins on the way here. Can anyone guess where pumpkins are from? Where did they originate?
England?
No, they actually came from Central America, North America.
Really?
Yeah, so there's a lot of thousands of years being spewed about the internet of how old they actually are, but the oldest one, guess, was 9,000 years that the pumpkin has existed.
Wow.
And they found seeds in Mexico, as low as Mexico, and then as high as Central America. And the Native Americans are the ones that were using the pumpkins for their cuisines and
Feeding their animals.
yeah, and feeding their horses pumpkin as well. And the original pumpkin was very small and it was tart and different. But we can talk more about pumpkins. That was just the first pumpkin fact that we wanted to share.
On the reel.
Yeah, I just love that. I love when things are from this region because then you're like,
Wow.
Another new packet, honey. New packet
no.
Thursday.
We're on fresh today.
Fresh everywhere.
Okay, so then
Right,
we've got the pumpkin in the ball. The pumpkin's gonna add moisture to the cookie and that pumpkin sweet flavor and that beautiful orange color. And then the nut butter is going to be a fat addition into it. So normally when you make cookies, you put like a whole stick of butter. So instead of that, we're gonna be using almond butter, which is thick and it's very high in protein and nutrients.
Yep.
And then
Tasty as well.
we'll be adding coconut oil in a minute as well. So between the almond butter and the coconut oil, we'll get the fats into this that will help the cookie,
Yep.
scientific cookie experiment.
And as we say very often on this show, you can interchange this butter for any of the other nut butters. We don't recommend peanut for the same reasons as we say every week. A lot of people are allergic to it and don't necessarily even know that. If you switch to a non-peanut version for a while, you'll probably notice less sensitivities because the symptoms can sometimes only become relevant when you take away the sauce. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think so. Does that make sense?
Kind of a back to front way of explaining it, but anyway.
Okay.
Next up, what's that in there?
So this girly looking thing is our flax egg.
Yep.
That's what they call it, and it is essentially just flax meal in water. And when you let it sit for an extended period of time, the flax takes on the water and it turns into this goopy
Egg.
mess that we have here. And that is going to work as a binder to hold our cookies together, but it's also going to add essential fatty acids and it's gonna add fiber, which is great. We love all
Make
that.
it more satiating, just lovely. I'll go
Yeah,
to
so this is a lot of flax going in. That's exciting.
Just getting that
Plain more.
this little pumpkin spot.
Joshua's been spilling several things today already.
I didn't do. I actually did pretty good until the pumpkin came out. And then I just went
You
everywhere.
spilled the sugar before the show.
That's not on the show.
Yeah.
Is it?
I was giving some
Tactical.
insights.
And I love what you told everybody about me spilling sugar before the
Now it's our
show.
turn.
That's not right, is it though? That's friendly fire. Come on.
Okay, well I got little flax out of the
look.
recipe.
See?
So.
No one's immune.
Okay, so now we're gonna add a half a cup of the coconut oil that you so kindly melted before the show. You may want to use the cup though, so you know what a half a cup
I
is.
measured it exactly.
Oh,
Oh,
would you look at that?
beautiful.
You can do things well.
I just love having him. He's the best. I wouldn't want to cook with anyone else, honey. Okay, and then for some sweet, so cinnamon's naturally sweet. The pumpkin spice blend. I mean, it's in the name. They just go together. It's also sweet, but we're gonna add some maple syrup. Oh, and we added the coconut.
And it's a new
sugar.
bottle, I'm pretty sure. It is?
It is a new bottle.
Wow.
So the coconut sugar is useful at sweetening it, but this is gonna add that sweet maple taste that we love.
Yeah, we're never turning that down, are we? Really?
No.
4 of them in, right? Obviously this
Well, no,
recipe...
that's a teaspoon. You needed 4 tablespoons.
Oh, what's the
This is the
conversion?
tablespoon.
So probably like 4
There's
more.
3 teaspoons
Oh,
and
so
a
I need
tablespoon.
8 more of this, really?
Whoops.
Look at that.
Great job.
Quick maths, that was.
Okay, so you do need the teaspoon again though,
Yeah.
and we're gonna add vanilla as well.
Yeah. Natural antidepressant, so you'll feel good after eating the cookies.
Yeah.
Not just the taste, but actual physiological changes.
It's a very subtle feeling that vanilla adds.
I never used to like vanilla until I met you, really.
What?
Didn't trust it.
What
But
did you not trust about it?
taste.
Really?
Yeah, I never used to like vanilla ice cream, but you've converted me.
Oh yeah, you like chocolate ice cream.
Do I?
Okay.
Get that whipped up. Do you want me to do that?
Oh,
Do that
of
faster.
course.
More efficient.
Repetitive motions are not my favorite, I would say, in the kitchen. You really help
Not
with
much of a
that.
whipper, are you?
No. So we're mixing this just like we mixed our dry ingredients, so everything's all ready to go.
And then we're going to put them together. Well, that smells real good, though. I feel like I'd eat that raw.
Yeah.
Almost looks like
It
a
smells
soup.
very pumpkin-y.
A lot of pumpkin in there.
Yeah.
I think this is a better way of using pumpkins than...
Oh, we can talk about that aspect of pumpkins now.
Go on, then.
It's your... Okay, so when we think about pumpkins this time of year, what do we usually think about?
Pie.
Pie?
Looks
Okay,
like
well,
the
that's
Drizzle
okay.
there.
I did research pumpkin pie before we got here, and it is believed that since the Europeans came over to North and Central America and then they were like, oh, what is the foods here? And then the Native Americans were like, we've got pumpkins. So then they brought pumpkins back to England and back to Europe.
Yeah.
And
And the French got them.
the French got them. The French. Something I've noticed through doing this show is that the French have come up with a lot of baked goods.
Allegedly.
The history really dates back to there. So in the year 1650, a French baker posted pumpkin and pastry flour in the same recipe. So that is the history of it. But also, besides pumpkin pie, we think about jack-o'-lanterns, right? Potentially. And Joshua was going on a bit of a...
I just don't like it. I
Speech
think
about it.
it's a waste. I have absolutely...
I think it is a waste.
I have no tolerance for Halloween. It's my least favourite of all the holidays. I could go on a whole thing about it, but having skeletons outside your house is...
Yeah.
I prefer to have pumpkin soup inside the house than inside my bed.
It's like, why do we just let our pumpkins rot? When
And the amount of seeds a pumpkin produces is incredible. And to think
yeah.
about that in the trash.
And just the way that we could just...
Dang.
And the seeds just go straight into...
Cutting your hand while you're doing it. It's not much going on there.
And so...
Where's
Okay,
the
so we're
sugar
gonna...
going, honey?
That's at the end. That's in the glaze. We already
Right,
added
so we're
sugar
mixing this in
here,
there?
though.
Correct.
Yes. Did you already use the rubber spatula today?
No, mix that in there, right. So we're going to mix wet with dry. I always find it easier to put dry into wet because you get no.
I agree.
If you do it the other way, little tricks I used to know, it's that one, get that whipped.
Watch my bowl, so cute.
Exactly, no washing up.
That kind of just needs like a towel to it. But it's just interesting that we do throw pumpkins away, but we do make a lot of recipes with them as well.
Yeah, sure.
As human race.
I'm really grateful that everybody, the first response was pumpkin pie.
Yeah, because pumpkin pie
Because mine
is
was
nice.
trash, throw them in the trash. I don't know, I've never liked that.
But Yeah, so the reason we don't want to make pumpkins go to waste because they are historic food, they're one of the oldest foods next to corn, and because they're full of health benefits, really.
Yeah.
When we think orange, we think, well, at least we do, is beta carotene, and that is a chemical composition within plants that directly translates to vitamin A, which is good for your eyes and your bones and overall health. So,
And when we...
Yes, you go
I
first.
was going to say, when you bake, or specifically boil is the best way, you activate the beta carotene and then it produces more vitamin A, so this is a way to extract more of that. So they're going to be tasty, but you're also going to get those benefits, which is what this show really is all about, actually. That's like what we're trying to achieve here. So.
It's healthy recipes.
That taste good.
Yeah, I didn't put a single thing in there where I was just like, that's sketchy. It was
No,
all pretty,
all
it was
whole
all
food.
natural and whole food. So they turned out a bit goopier than I thought, but we'll
Well,
see how it
you can add
works.
flour in.
Do you think we should?
Trust yourself, it is a
Because
bit
on the
goopy.
recipe she
Yeah,
says-
put more in. Put more.
Shake the cookies to a round edge. It's like, that's not gonna shake to a round edge.
Yeah,
That's
we,
just gonna
sca-
like pop down.
we scaled the.
What we could do is we could try to put some coconut flour in it because that's a different flour and they have a ton of it over there. So we could try some of that in there. It could complement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this brings us to another great point
And
and
another fresh
theme of the show, which is use your intuition. If you're like reading a recipe and you're like, this just doesn't look right or feel right, or I want to add this or change this, follow your intuition and see where it goes. So we're gonna add more flour because we didn't think that the dough was
There we go.
thick enough to hold a cookie shape.
It's one like it's getting there.
Honestly, it looks like it would be better as a muffin at this rate.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It looks more like a muffin batter to me than cookie batter, but either one would be good, so.
It smells good. You could make a muffin out of it if you
Because they
want.
have the muffin tins there, so we can make a bunch of mini muffins.
Go on,
We
then.
can make 12 mini muffins.
Yeah,
1,
get
2,
it.
3, 4, 5, 6.
It's definitely getting more viscous.
Yeah. Well, do you think we should just make it a
Yeah.
drop cookie then, or make it a muffin?
Muffins. Plot twist.
We're changing it up. Welcome to the show.
I like cookies better.
You like cookies better? You
Alright,
could do
well,
both.
You just have to trust the cookie.
We'll just do it. Yeah, alright.
I don't have any muffin tins either.
Oh, you just said you had muffin. Did I hear that?
No,
said
she
you
has a
had-
muffin. I have a muffin pan, but I don't have the
Oh.
things to put the muffin. No, not at home. They have a muffin pan here. I just don't have the cups to line it. That looks better anyways. Okay, so we're gonna use our trusty tape. Sorry, what?
This double pumpkin?
No, we didn't use double pumpkin. We just
A
added.
little bit extra. There's
Probably.
16 ounces though, that's 2 cups.
Oh, see that's
See,
what you
you
do.
got
You're the one who assumed. Anyways, we put extra flour in it, so thank you guys for that.
get it in.
You got pumpkin happy.
Look, it's perfect.
It is perfect. It would make a nice drop cookie. Trust me, that will bake and harden really nice. Oh, those are so cute.
You want me to get another?
You have to grease the pan first.
Well, probably, but
I
we'll be
would
fine. You would have greased the pan first?
I'd have at least considered it. Well, you could also put this on parchment paper. We should just
Parchment
get some
paper.
parchment paper, but we'll just go for it. Yeah, we'll just do half.
Those are actually forming really nice now.
Yeah.
And the coconut flour is also a great option for this recipe because it's just pure coconut ground up.
Yeah. I mean, it smells great. Can you guys smell it?
Yeah.
Double pumpkin. It's
I
tactical.
like this.
There we go.
Double pumpkin.
Double pumpkin. You just have to help shape these a little bit because I've got half a little scoop. Well, we're gonna do
Yeah, mine look brown. Yours look like. Well, that one I don't even know what's going on.
little monsters. Halloween in it. Scary.
I like how ours always turn out different because I like to see your creative intuition with.
Slap it on there and get it
Yeah,
cooked.
like maybe that should just be
That's
the shape
usually
of
the
them.
memo, ain't it? You're like, oh, look how pretty they are, yeah.
Because cooking food is like
Oh,
art, isn't it?
Unison,
It's
yeah. Just get it on. Right, we can bake those.
We're gonna have like a lot of extra batter. Look at how much batter you get from this recipe. Just one can. For not even that many.
We'll bake these for 10 minutes
Yeah.
at 350.
You could obviously make bigger cookies if you want to. The recipe says 2 tablespoon size cookie, but we wanted these to bake faster, so
Yeah, and
we're
we'll
doing that.
we'll cook the rest after. Let's just get the.
Okay, now that we finished the first portion, is there any questions? Or does anyone want to rave about pumpkin? No? Is pumpkin pie your guys' favorite pumpkin dessert, would you say?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had pumpkin cookies, so we'll see.
Okay, here we go. I like the
Yeah,
optimism.
cheers.
Yes.
Right, we're going to be doing.
Oh,
Careful.
Sorry.
A glaze, right? What do you need? A mixer, a bowl.
so this isn't necessarily a necessary aspect of the recipe, but we thought it would be nice to do a little bit of a glaze on top. So yeah, we would need another bowl, please. Something to add a little bit of extra, like, I made an extra effort on this cookie.
Yeah, and if you're, I guess, focused on the breakdown of each meal, this is going to add more sugar to it.
Right, and if you
Some
don't
more.
necessarily want that.
Well, you don't necessarily need it, so we're going to
No.
put it separate, glaze some, leave some, but you could leave this part off, depending on where you're at. And
Oh,
careful, that was sensitive, right? Right, this is a way that we're going to powder sugar, allegedly put the sugar in here, right?
Okay, yeah, so
Kate thought this was phenomenal the other day when she was like, did you know that powdered sugar is sugar that's been powdered? And
just
I,
ground up.
I was like, no way. No way. Really?
I just didn't
Yeah, we
know.
were baffled, weren't we? Yeah, that was like, I'd call my mom.
Did anyone know that? Did anyone know that powdered? See, I'm not alone. Powdered sugar is just ground up sugar. See, you make people feel self-conscious about not knowing that. Because
thought-
it's not
No,
obvious.
it wasn't. It was obvious. It was just the way you read it. It was like you discovered fire in a sense.
I was like, oh, so any sugar can be turned into powdered sugar. I was very excited to learn that because then I was like, oh, we don't need to go buy powdered sugar because usually powdered sugar from the store is a refined sugar. So just make your own powdered sugar at home from sugars you want to eat, like coconut sugar. So we put this one in here and
Oh,
been
it's
grinding
a
it up.
push down.
Yeah. And you see there's dust emitting from
There
it.
it is.
Whoa!
Powdered, look, that's powdered.
You guys
right?
get sugar dust.
powdered.
Okay, so that's powdered. So that's 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. I mean, it kind of
Powdered-ish.
That was,
It's more powdered than it was.
It probably could have been a bit more powdered, but
Oh, put it back in.
you want to? It's kind of loud, but
That's not too bad. That'll work. It's better than it was.
it smells so good.
It's like
Coconut sugar
we're
has.
sieving for gold or something.
Oh yeah, you could probably
Sieve for
it.
gold.
Yeah.
Go on, it will work.
I'm sure any type of
Melted
sugar.
coconut
would
oil
work.
or?
Yeah. It will only take a second to melt.
Oh yeah, I know.
Your pot? Where's your pot?
Talk to them about coconut oil. Benefits of coconut oil.
Well, does anyone know any benefits of coconut oil?
Sure.
What do you know about coconut oil?
Can you just?
Oh, I said, does anyone know the benefits of coconut oil? Robert, you guys have to know something. No? We talk about coconut oil.
Is there phytonutrients in there?
What are phytonutrients?
Just kind of like essential amino acid enzymes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would say so. Yeah, healthy fats. There you go.
It's good for your brain health,
Good for brain health.
skin development, nails, all of that stuff. General bodily functions, coconut oil's real good. High octane fuel.
Yeah.
Go on.
Do you remember we could tell them about the monkeys and the coconuts.
Oh yeah, the monkeys and the coconuts. We
So
like that one.
We found a can of coconut milk on it and it said no monkey labor. And I was like, this is odd. I've never seen this on a
And I
label
thought,
before.
as a advertising guy, that was like just a way to tick more boxes with the consumer. But it turned out to be what, Catherine?
That they actually used monkeys to pick coconuts.
Yeah. In Thailand, what percentage of coconuts do you think are picked by monkeys?
75%.
75%? Robert, 85? Anyone? Higher?
79%.
Higher.
That's a 90.
90, it's 99.9%. So basically every coconut. And they
Wow.
said, yeah, and they said that a human can harvest about 80 coconuts an hour. A female monkey 600 an hour.
Wow.
And a male monkey, an adult, 16 or 1800 an hour.
Can you
that
imagine?
guy's like.
That's a lot of coconut.
How's
and
he doing that?
Yeah, and they know
That's
it's.
what Walmart by now.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, a lot of replacements there. But I was like, wow, that was a rabbit hole we went down. They've been doing it
Yeah.
for 400 years. So it's like a pretty embedded thing. And
So there has to be this thing where I think where people are abusing monkey labor, and then some people maybe
Just
are
like humans?
making it nice monkey labor. Just
Yeah.
and it's just.
I mean, animals like to
Interesting
have
rabbit hole to
jobs.
be in.
They like it. They like to have work to do. A lot of animals. Our dog likes them.
I mean, if you get and then you get paid
times.
with food to do it.
Exactly.
it just
Wake
seems
up,
like it's
pick a
worth
few
that.
coconuts,
But-
have a go with your mates.
But I think this brand was like, no, we don't use monkey labor because maybe they've seen some things that they
Yeah.
don't agree with, you know. So.
There you go. Look at that, melted just in time for the monkey story.
Okay.
See that? See how we planned that one? Get that in there. Bang.
It's like we know what we're doing sometimes. Okay.
Right, what's going in there next?
A tablespoon of. But this is everything's dirty.
3.
This is new too.
I feel like I'm on a game show or something.
So we've got
That's mad
some
that
milk of the almond going in.
Yeah, which could be 1.
Wait,
2.
no, just one. Oh wait, yeah, 3. Sorry.
Too much stress. This.
We're gonna,
Baking. This
we're
is
gonna
why.
have to eat that from
Yeah. This is why Joshua doesn't like baking because it's very fast.
I like to just smash stuff in and
Yeah, like when you're making a curry, you just kind of like.
taste it as you go. Like, oh no, I'm not sure. And then you can like lose it for a while where you're like, oh, no one's going to eat that. And then you bring it back with new changes where it's, oh, that's great. And then when you eat it, nobody knows how you made it, including you, so it can't be replicated.
No.
That's the way. Right, look at that.
That's
Basically,
like, yeah, it's like a brown glaze
yeah.
to match our orange cookie. Very fall colors, you know?
And is
like
this
the
going to go,
leaves.
how does this go on top? How do you actually glaze that?
You just drizzle it. It's just a drizzle.
Okay. Do you cook this? Is this going to be cooked?
We could try to like mix it with the mixer I brought if you want.
No.
Because the oil doesn't look like it's incorporating on the sides there.
You're not going to get that anymore. Not sure.
You could.
Try it.
Because we're still waiting on the cookies. Oil is one of the, oils emulsify.
Needs emulsifying.
Emulsify? We'll just change the word of it.
What do you want to just bang?
Through
it in?
blending. No, I brought our hands.
Oh, the hands is
How do the cookies look?
close.
Where did you put the timer on? Oh, now it's on the
In my mind.
Now you have to wash it.
They probably need like 3 more minutes, so by the time this is done.
You go stop.
What?
Oh, my blinds. We've got a really nice
We do. But by the time this is whizzed up, we'll be ready to go.
There's no towels out.
Just shake it.
Oh, there they are.
Alright, good deal. Here we go. This could go everywhere, like. We'll take it. We'll back it in there
I
slow.
don't think so because.
We've only got turbo mode, remember?
Yeah, we only have turbo mode because we burnt the battery out on this.
I don't think it's that. I think this is just
if you've watched past shows, you've seen it. You could see it smoking. So, all right. That's way better. I think that looks good, right? That's good. That looks better. I know you probably can't tell, but it's way
It
more
is, it's definitely
bubbly and
thicker.
it's thicker.
looks
and
more like a
it's
glaze.
a glazy glue.
What, do you want to cast your around there?
Glue.
Give your input?
Okay.
And we're nearly there.
Those like merged together. Oh, they grew a bit. They're pretty soft still.
Yeah, it's alright, there's no rush.
They smell like pumpkin though.
Really?
How could that be?
How could it be? You're having one today really with that, aren't you? Setting yourself up for some real efforts. Well, we might as well put more out on a baking sheet while we wait.
Okay.
And we can, I don't know, ask what... Do we have another one?
Well, we can do the muffins, but they'll get stuck.
Set yourself up for that.
Well,
Just get the other pan, it's fine.
okay.
Yeah, it'll work. Good job.
These are making me hungry, the smell of them.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Here we go. Right, do this on
Ooh, I have another fact I remembered.
Go on.
So the first pumpkin pie didn't involve pastry flour at all. What they would do is they would carve open the pumpkin, take all the seeds out, and then they are kind of expanding, so you don't want to put them too close together.
Okay. Is that
Carve
part
it
of the story?
Carve it out, and then you put milk, honey, and what was the last thing? Shoot.
Got this bit.
It was at least milk and honey, I know that for a fact.
Go on.
And then you put the pumpkin on embers, and it just bakes the pumpkin as it is, like, and the inside gets all soft, and then you mix it up, and then you get a sweet goop in the middle,
Yeah.
which I thought was great.
Well, talk to us about the seeds in pumpkins. How many seeds does a pumpkin produce? About 2 million.
I mean,
It's a
probably
lot.
at least 100. A lot of pumpkin.
Because that's all, when they grow the pumpkin patches, that's all they have to do for it next year. It literally maintains itself. They grow a certain amount and then just leave a certain amount and they decompose seeds and it grows again. It's a pretty self-sustaining crop, like a lot of other crops, especially with the way that we monocrop, they need support with the soil, etc. Rotating pumpkins, as far as I'm aware, they can pretty much grow repeatedly in their own place and they just support each other, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and something that I really thought about a lot this year because we grew a garden was when the the fruit falls and the seed's growing, it wants all the things that it grew it with.
Yeah.
Like the pumpkin seeds want the pumpkin innards to grow another pumpkin. So it's good to just leave things how they are to regrow them and give them the same chemical code they created for themselves.
Yeah.
So
Not the most accurate tray, but we'll get them in.
they're gonna like expand. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens there. Maybe we could turn the oven up a little bit. Maybe like 375 it. Because now we've opened the oven a few times. It's gonna take a while to get, yeah, look at that. 330, no!
Would you look at that?
The pumpkin seeds can also be an excellent food source. That's what was also very popular.
Oh yeah, they also have anti-parasitic properties, pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
We've done a protocol where you eat a lot of them. Same as papaya seeds. So they were just a very universal plant. Like if you've ever stored them as well, they just last so long. That whole family of squashes just lasts so long. It's like they're designed to see you all the way through winter. When you need them, you can store them. It's pretty incredible, actually.
Yeah, like the giant growing pumpkins. The
Oh,
internet
yeah.
said that they have a genetic code in them to not stop growing or something like
Yeah.
that.
Has
Like
anyone
they
ever seen
breed
one?
For that.
Have you ever seen a giant pumpkin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, really.
Wasn't it like 30 pounds a day or something like that?
Up to 50 pounds a day. It's when it's already at like a giant.
To get those forklifts.
Yeah,
Right?
forklifts. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, exactly.
People just standing by them. These giant things.
What, do they eat it?
I don't think they do. I'm not
Imagine how
entirely
many people
sure.
that could feed. How many cans of pumpkin you can get?
A lot of cookies, like.
That's a lot of,
Holy moly,
lot of
yeah.
pies, a lot
We'd
of
be here a lot, wouldn't
cookies.
we, scooping them out?
That's probably why we have the coconut obsession.
What?
Because they're so abundant.
Oh, the coconuts.
No, the pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
That's probably why we're, as a human race, obsessed with them, because they're so abundant and applicable and massive.
I'd be on board with that. Tasty.
Historic, yeah.
Nice looking.
Pretty. Okay. This is always the part that's hard.
Just waiting around.
It's the waiting part. Usually we distract ourselves with,
The dog.
I wish we could bring the Labrador friends.
The Labrador.
Our sweet.
I think he could be good. In the winter, it might be more feasible. I think he'd just sit right there like he does at home and be like, food, anybody?
And then you hear his claws on the floor.
Yeah, he'd freak out a bit, but he'd get used to it. We'll bring him next week, 2 weeks.
Does anyone feel like they can make this recipe?
Yeah.
Seems relatively simple.
Pretty easy, like.
Yeah. I honestly feel like you could eat the batter as well if you really wanted to.
Definitely. You say that every week like it's a surprise, but you definitely could.
Well, that's just one of the
Perks.
pros of eating plant-based is that you could just eat that. You want
Yeah.
to try it? Stick a fork in. Let us know what it's like. Give us a sneak peek of what we're getting ourselves into.
See if we can do an elaborate feedback.
Yeah.
It's good.
No, that's what you always started at.
It is really good though.
Okay.
I'd eat that. I think I'd
Don't
prob-
stick your spoon back in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe he's not done.
No, but he thinks he's at home and then he forgets.
I'm not even allowed to do that at home anymore. I might have been on
Yeah,
lockdown.
you are. We do it at home.
Yeah, we do it more often because you just leave it and not get into it.
We've been practicing our food reviews, so for him to say it's just good is a bit of
But it's not finished, it's just the batter.
I know, but what stands out to you about the batter? What do you pick up in it?
It's smooth.
Okay.
It's very pumpkiny but spicy. Nice amount of cinnamon in there.
Okay.
And it's not too sweet, which is important for me in desserts. I don't like it too sweet, but
Yeah.
I already know that I probably prefer that to the cooked cookies because I like stuff like that.
Oh, I like when things have a crust to them.
Yeah, you do like a crust, but I think it's, I don't know.
Well, that's essentially like what baby food. You probably wouldn't put sugar in it for a baby though, or the spices. They usually just eat
I was
pumpkin,
going to say pumpkin out of can, yeah.
not mixed with all the random
Not
things.
glazed pumpkin cookies. But
Maybe
it's really
the
nice.
flash
I'm
could be
excited.
useful.
I'm excited for you to try it. It tastes good. Tastes filling actually, which I suppose makes sense. It's got probably a good amount of calories in with the butter and the
oat
coconut
flour,
oil.
yeah.
All that.
But they said that pumpkins are low calorie, and they're a different type of carb. So,
Looking good.
well, we could take it out and
Cooking
see if
good.
they like harden when they come out.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll just get a plate ready.
Cause how long has it been now?
About 15 minutes.
All right, get them out. I'm seeing enough.
All right, you've seen enough. Let's get that.
I hope that they get out. We'll hope they'll just be fully formed. Oh,
Yeah.
Just go straight in. And for my next trick,
I've done it.
successfully.
We all have.
Yeah. I think those rose pretty nice. Those look
Watch
pretty.
that. Watch the paper.
It's not gonna be paper. It smells like pumpkin pie. Would you look at that?
Beautiful.
We're gonna let them cool a bit, but
Spatularas.
I think they look a lot different than when we put them in.
Yeah.
They definitely like elevated and crisped and got this like beautiful tunnels
Texture,
and
yeah.
texture. Yeah. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it because they are like a brown orange cookie, but there is browning happening on the tops too from the oils that we put in, which is great.
They smell good, like.
Okay, so
I
the
think
recipes, what, you go first.
No, you go. Go on.
So the recipe suggests that you let them cool before you glaze them, but we don't have time for that.
We don't have time on this show. We've got a hungry crowd baying. We've got a baying crowd. Oh,
You may want to raise that tray and you have the cookie, you know what I mean?
sure.
No, I don't know what you mean. Oh,
They look good. They look,
I don't know where the heat's coming from in that one though.
They look better
It
than
doesn't have like a
these.
bottom coil in that one.
It's a convection.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
to get the heat around it. right?
It's
I
all.
can smell them now.
It's all good. As Kate said, it's best probably to let these cool because, well, I still don't agree with that actually. You always do
because
that,
when
but I like
things
it warm.
cool, they harden and then they don't just fall
It gets
apart.
worse the harder it is.
Yeah.
Some people
See,
like
this guy-
texture, some people don't like to just
Exactly.
eat goop.
But some people do.
Okay, it's about preferences.
So
You
I,
can't put it in a Tupperware container with a slice of bread. We'll keep them soft.
yeah, you could do that.
Oh, see, look, that came off pretty easy. Whoop.
And we'll pick.
They're so cute. I like that one. That one's got like a little top to it.
We'll do
Let's
three.
do that big one. Looks nice. Or should we do all the same size? Yeah. Mine were a little bit more consistent than your art pieces over there. Okay, so
It's
I
a
would
nice
probably
way of putting it, really.
I would-
Art pieces.
I got that
That's what
cooling
this-
rack out. Why don't you go put those on the cooling
Yeah,
rack
we'll
over
just
there?
finish the show.
Because that way they aerate. You want to put cookies on the cooling rack.
Just finish the show. It's
Well,
good.
can I have a spoon for the glaze, please?
Yep.
It already started to harden a little bit, the glaze.
Oh, yeah.
But the reason you wait is because since it has fat in it and coconut oil melts, you don't want it to like over melt because of the cookie, but ooh, that looks good. Oh, my stomach's growling. It's like you eat cookie now.
Yeah, get it in.
That looks really cool. So then you could even garnish that with another color if you wanted to. Maybe throw some coconut flakes on it, or I don't know what else. we can do. I
What do
think
the
that
French
looks
people do this? Don't know. They go, oh, it's awful. Throw it around there. and shit.
That's pretty! Yay! Okay, so I can go hold it up for Kevin as well.
Sure, go for it. I'll put this down here.
Alright, Kevin. The big reveal.
The big reveal.
Sweet cookies.
Sweet pumpkin cookies.
They'll be nice and soft, maybe some texture to them, so.
They're gonna be good, honey. Everyone's
Okay.
gonna love it. Well, that's the first way we're going to use pumpkin this fall. There's going to be
Yeah.
more recipes coming with the squash family, pumpkin family, because we love it. They're wildly abundant and they're tasty, healthy. We hope you've enjoyed this recipe. We appreciate all the crowd engagement. It's been a
Yeah,
lot of
thanks,
fun. I've had
guys.
fun. Have you had fun?
Yeah,
all
that
had
was a
fun.
great time.
Woo!
I
All right. This recipe is available on our website as always. Be linked right now, as you can see. You guys have got it on the back of your sheets. Catherine, any final remarks? Let's eat some cookies.
Yeah, let's eat some cookies. I'm hungry. I don't got nothing else to say today.
Much love, everybody. Peace. Thank you.
Oh, that's sweet of you guys. Thank you. Okay, well.
Thank you to all of our show sponsors and supporters who make this show possible. The Healthcare Foundation of LaPorte, Grace Learning Centre, Citizens Concerned for the Homeless, and ALCO, Access LaPorte County. We appreciate all of your support.